My wife and I both have a healthy sexual life, and it's normal for us to engage in intimate activities up to 3 times a night. I have never made my wife uncomfortable, and everything seems happy on the surface. Everyone admires our marriage, praising our mutual happiness and understanding. Although my wife earns a higher income than me, she has never shown any disrespect towards me. As for me, despite taking care of household chores and chauffeuring the children, I am always joyful and deeply affectionate towards my wife. When our daughter turned 3, I mentioned to my wife that I wanted to have another child. She said she was competing for a promotion as a department head and requested a delay of 1 more year. I agreed readily because I understood her career aspirations better than anyone else. Once, a friend who lived far away visited our house and saw me preparing meals, taking care of our child, and tending to household chores. He teased me, saying, "I've known you for over a decade, but I never expected you to be so doting on your wife. You truly impress me, my friend. Aren't you worried about your wife's work that involves interactions with successful men? Aren't you afraid of losing her?" I replied, "It's precisely because I know my wife interacts with more men than I do that I have to dote on her. I want to ensure she never feels neglected when she's outside. If a husband is attentive, loving, and ready at home, no wife would ever stray." My friend was amazed by my response. My wife and I are compatible in every aspect of life, from personality to everyday routines, and our intimate relationship is satisfying. Since both of us are sexually healthy, it's normal for us to engage in intimate activities up to 3 times a night, and I have never made my wife uncomfortable. During a recent 1-month business trip my wife took, we abstained from physical intimacy for a considerable period. When my wife returned, she was eager and teasingly said, "Today, we must have a threesome, darling. I've been longing for it after a whole month of abstinence." She chuckled lightly, without refusing the idea. So, after a month of separation, we eagerly embraced each other, just like newlyweds. After 3 rounds, my wife mentioned that she wanted to go to our child's bedroom for a more peaceful sleep. I noticed that she seemed tired, so I didn't say anything. However, as she was carrying things to our child's room, she secretly took a box of condoms. I immediately felt a sense of unease. Why would she bring that along when going to our child's room? I quietly followed her and was shocked to see her heading straight to the rooftop instead of the child's room. As I reached the rooftop door, I was stunned by what I heard. "Let's do it right here, darling. I'm afraid if we go to your place, what if your husband wakes up and doesn't find me in the child's room? Then I'll owe you a few more rounds, won't I? Isn't that terrifying? You still want more rounds." After spending a month together, we've had intimate moments every day. I'm exhausted. I just served my old husband 3 rounds earlier. I felt as if my world had crumbled upon hearing their conversation. I burst through the